Testing, testing, 1, 2, 3. Testing, testing, 1, 2, 3. And then we're gonna take off the thing. This is now without the 3-band equalizer. Testing, testing. We have the Tucson Sugar Skulls versus the Arizona Rattlers. We have the Tucson Sugar Skulls versus the Arizona Rattlers. Honestly, I don't think it makes a difference. Honestly, I don't think it makes a difference. I'm just gonna leave it off. I think it's fine. I think it's fine. And next time. Alright, so currently I do not have the chat pulled up, so I'm gonna learn how to get that pulled up. Just give me a second. Let's see. How cool. Yes. Open OBS Studio and click chat. Oh my gosh, here we are. Oh. That's supposed to happen? I don't like how it's like. I don't know, it was smaller. Alright, well I'm assuming I think I have the chat pulled up, so I'm hoping we're good to go. I will have it pulled up though on my computer. But all right. Kind of wish it wasn't as small, but hey, it'll work. It'll work. That sounded weird. Okay, let's not mess with it. Let's not mess with it. Hey, Christian Knight. X2G, sorry, I messed that up. X2G4E, what's going on, man? Welcome. I did not expect to. You mean like at the game or? All right, let me get my headset on. Okay. That'd be. Let me get the scoreboard overlay pulled. I got you. Well, I'm gonna be honest. This is like my first. I don't know. I've always kind of been interested in commentating, sports broadcasters do. I know what this is. Came in here. Hope you're doing good, man. Welcome. Okay. So glad the chat worked. I honestly was like, I was not sure how this was gonna work. I've never. It's kind of crazy. I believe. But I'm not sure what time zone you're in, but the game. Yeah, sorry. Yeah, it does start at 6. Start in about 5 minutes. I just want to start this early. I did so many tests today just to make sure that. Well, and it was honestly it was really frustrating. So really glad to. Sorry if the mic sounds bad. It's not even in my hand. Just give me 1 second though. But yeah, the game does start at 6. Give me 1 second. Oh, you're in Arizona, sweet, me too. So personally, for me, like I do support the Tucson Sugar Skulls. I just haven't really been watching them that much this season, just because like for some reason they say they want the IFL really like wants the games to be expanded everywhere and for everyone to oh my gosh, I cannot talk. They want everyone to be able to watch them, but it's like they put most of the games behind that overnight streaming um service or whatever, and you have to like pay like a subscription. And so I feel like half the games have been on that streaming platform, and then half the games have been free on Yahoo, like the one tonight. Um, so I can post a Yahoo link if you guys want to watch it, because I obviously can't put it. I can't show the game because of copyright, but it is free to watch if you guys are not already watching already. Um, my brain is like everywhere right now. So next Friday, I'm gonna start. I'm also a huge baseball fan, so I'm gonna start commentating the Arizona Diamondback game. Um, but then I just saw randomly that this game is gonna be free on Yahoo, so I was like, okay, why not just start and see what I can do with this game? Um, I'm just gonna just trying to put this. Um, trying to put this on my social media. I promise I'm gonna lock in once I'm done with this. Honestly, I just wasn't expecting anybody to join, so welcome. Appreciate the conversations, and happy to have you here. This is awesome. So are you rooting for anybody to win this game, or are you really just like you said, just watching because your ex is uh at the game? You don't have to get like too much into it or anything like that. I was just curious. Um okay. Can't post a link, so I guess I'll just do this. Do this work. That's not what I wanted. Wait a sec. Got it. Here we go. Thank you. I got. All right, the game should be starting. It's the clock, so what's going on? All right, well, to be on like. So, and as you can see, I got the scoreboard working, so I was a little bit concerned about that. Oh, is it starting? What just happened? Oh, I think we're starting. I think we're starting in this thing. Alrighty. Let me know if I need to do anything with my microphone. I've been working on the settings all day today, but I'm so picky that it's probably fine. But here we go. We're at Desert Diamond Arena for the Tucson Sugar Skulls versus the Arizona Rattlers. The Tucson Sugar Skulls are 6-7. Arizona Rattlers 9-5. Wow, this is gonna be. I'm hoping this is a good game. Obviously, like I said, I'm rooting for the Sugar Skulls to win this. But honestly, just for my first game commentating, I'm really just hoping for a competitive game. Just not a blowout, by any means. So yeah. Alrighty. And I went all out. I took a bunch of notes for both teams, stats wise, player wise. I'm trying to really like get immersed into this game, so I'm hoping that that comes in handy. Um, yeah, I'm ready to go. I don't know why I put my phone down. I need that. I need the scoreboard. Okay, beautiful. Once again, hope everyone's doing awesome on this Saturday night. Hoping for a great game. Hoping for a very competitive game. Even if the Sugar Skulls lose, honestly. I mean, I kind of have to look. I'm not really. I keep forgetting like what they need to clinch a playoff berth. I know they're close, but like they have to keep winning no matter what. So I'm not really sure if they can afford to win this game. I think it depends on the teams below them. Uh, they do have a real shot to get in the playoffs. Obviously, the Rattlers are going to get in. You got Max Mailer, who they're showing on the screen right now. When I was doing research, it really surprised me. I mean, how often is a quarterback the rushing leader on the team and the rushing touchdown leader? And I did get to see him play a lot last season. Not a lot last season, but I did get to see him play last season for the Blizzards when the championship was in Tucson, and I got to see I think what's their name, the Vegas Hawks or something like that versus the Blizzards, and it was a great game. And Max Miller was the quarterback for the Blizzards at the time, so he is just a straight up beast. So honestly, like if Tucson cannot contain him, it's going to be a real problem. And I don't really know how they rotate quarterbacks because when I was watching the highlights for the last time these two teams played, Drew Powell played a lot. So I don't know if Mailer was just injured or they just wanted to give Powell a lot more action that game, but it's going to be interesting which quarterback plays the most this game. A player that I'm really kind of like, for Tucson at least, that I'm kind of looking out for is Aaron Jackson, the cornerback. Um, Not only because he has 5 picks on the year, but also because he has 2 kickoff returns for touchdowns. So I just think that he definitely has the potential to break one open. And with the Arizona Rattlers scoring averaging like 50 points a game, I think I saw they score like 60 points in their past 2 games each. Like Tucson is gonna have to get points by any means necessary, not even just on offense. You know, like if they can get a kickoff return, that would be amazing too. Um, so yeah. Right now we're at a commercial break, so I'll let you guys know when the game actually starts. But yeah, I'm very excited for this. And like I said, let me know if you guys want me to put like a link in the chat for like the actual game so you guys can tune in as well. I did put in the title that there's not going to be any gameplay, obviously, because of copyright. So I'm hoping that you guys aren't too disappointed about that. But I could also put a link in the chat if you guys want to catch the actual game. Because it is free on Yahoo Sports. You can just go to Yahoo Sports Network, and it should honestly be the first one on their channel that's live right now. But yeah. You got it. Give me 1 second. Got you. Give me 1 second though, because kickoff is about to start. I'm gonna try to get after this play though for sure. It looks like the Tucson Sugar Skulls are gonna be kicking this one off, and the Rattlers are gonna be receiving this. Here we go. I'll get you when there's like a break. I'll put the link in the chat, or if there's like a commercial or something. I got you. Don't worry. No problemo. All right, Tucson Sugar Skulls are going to be kicking off. This game is started. It's going to be a squib kick up the middle. And the Rattlers, they kind of fumble it, picks it back up. He's going to run to the left side, and he's down the sidelines for a big gain. All the way to the 20-yard line. How did that even happen? And that's going to be a Ron Brown Jr. number 30 with a big return. Oh my goodness. That was not a great start for Tucson. At first, it wasn't a great start for the Rattlers, but... Jeez, man. Okay. Alright, it's going to be 1st and 10. Like I said, at the 20-yard line. They're not far from this end zone. And we're going to see Max Maylard. They just said it that way, so I don't know how to pronounce it. It looks like he's going to be in the shotgun for now. They're going to hand it off. That's going to be a handoff to the right side. Not sure who that was running, honestly. Oh, that was 10. Okay, his jersey's like all scrunched up. I thought that was 14 for a second. I'm like, I did not write you down, brother. But Arland Bruce gets the handoff to the right side. I got you with the link, I promise. I'm just trying to multitask here. Okay. Maybe I probably should have done that from the start. Alright, it's gonna be 2nd down and 8. Mailer's gonna drop back. And that's gonna be incomplete way over the middle, but it looks like there's gonna be a penalty on the play. Possible defensive pass interference, which is not a good start for Tucson right now. Actually, this is a great opportunity for me. Get that link going. It is going to be pass interference defense on, looks like Breon Murray. Not a great start for Tucson, it looks like. Jeez, man, this is not a great start for Tucson. I got you on a commercial break. I'm sorry. It's actually really difficult to do this at the same time. Update the scoreboard and. Okay, it's gonna be 1st and 10 after the penalty. Max Mailer, he's gonna keep the ball himself. He's gonna run to the right side, and that's a tough run. He's gonna get around to the 3-yard line. It's gonna be 2nd and goal now. As Arizona's threatening right now. And honestly, the reason why it's taking me so long to find this link is because honestly, I'm watching on, you can also find it on Prime right now. On Amazon Prime. It's for free. Alright, it's gonna be 2nd down and goal. Can I put 2nd down and goal? Alright, 2nd down and goal no matter what it says down on there on the scoreboard. Max Mailer, he's gonna get the ball again to the left side, and he's gonna take it himself. He's gonna dive for it. And that's gonna be a touchdown. And just like that, Arizona Rattlers off to a quick start. I'm not that worried because the Sugar Skulls have proven they can contend with this team, but I'm telling you, after I saw how many points they average a game, I'm just like, this could get very scary. It looks like they're gonna try to kick the extra point. So with that being said, I gotta get used to updating the scoreboard. Rattlers have 6 points right now. Right now it's the extra point attempt. Kick is up. And it is good. It's gonna be 7-0. Jeez, man. Okay. Alright. We got a commercial. I'm gonna get that link going. Got you. As like literally that is my main mission right now is playing this game. Jesus commercial. Okay. Here we go. Yahoo Sports. Cool. No, it's here. Beautiful. I think I got it. Got it. Got it. So live right now. So as long as you go to this link, take you right to. Let me know if that doesn't work, but I pulled up that page and the first thing they're showing right now is starts out with that live broadcast. Good. Yeah, that should be it. That doesn't work. Not a great start for Tucson though. I'm a little bit. I'm not that worried, but a little bit worried. You can try that one as well if the first one doesn't work, but both of those should get you destination. All right, here we go. Yeah. Okay, that was such. I mean, basically that kick return just like made it so hard for Tucson's defense to stop that, and then you had that awful penalty. Once again, I do not have the mic in my hand. Sorry. Okay. All right. Should be good to go now. All right, so the Rattlers are going to be kicking it off right now. And that's going to be a kickoff to Tucson. Going to be all the way in the end zone. They're actually going to take it out way back in their end zone. And Aaron Jackson, like I said, number 7. I mean, obviously he didn't get a lot of yards, but to be able to return that all the way to the 20 with how far he took it back, that was pretty impressive. I'm not going to lie. So he's definitely going to be somebody they're going to have to watch out for. All right, it is going to be first down and 10. Wish I didn't have to type that in for the distance, but okay. All right, let's see what this Tucson Sugar Skulls offense has in store. Right now, they are down at about the 19, their own 19-yard line, I want to say. They had a very heartbreaking loss the last one, so it's going to be huge if they can recover. 2 men in motion. They're going to hand it off to Mackey, it looks like, up the middle. And that's going to be a short gain, maybe about 2 yards. Maybe 2nd and 8. And honestly, the clock is like always moving in the IFL, so I'm gonna do my best to keep it accurate, but it's gonna be an estimate. I'm not gonna lie. I'll make sure, and I'll make sure to call it out too if it's not right. But it's gonna be actually 2nd and 6. My bad. 2nd and 6. Johnson is gonna hand it off to the right side, and that's gonna be another short gain. Right off the bat, Rattlers are not fooled at all, and it's gonna be a quick 3rd down. That was a handoff to JoJo Earl. I haven't seen much of this season stat-wise. I couldn't really find much information about him, so I don't know if he just got signed or he's new to the team or... Okay, 3rd and 7. Big 3rd down here. Now, for those of you who watch the IFL pretty consistently, you already know that there's no punting in the IFL. It is pure, either you kick the field goal or you go for it. So this is not necessarily the last down for this drive, but we'll see. It's going to be 3rd and 6, 2 men in motion. Johnson's going to drop back to throw. He passes it over the middle. Oh, and just off the hand. It looks like number 13, Terrell Brown. He's wanting a penalty, but that was rough. That would have been an insane one-handed catch, but it was just out of his reach. And it's going to be a 4th down. Let's see what the Tucson Sugar Skulls plan to do here. Not great right there. Not great. Right now, it's going to be 4th down and 6. With about 9 minutes remaining. And they're going to go for the field goal. It's going to be Ben Wooder, who's 7 for 12 so far. He's going to go for the field goal right here. Not too crazy long, we'll see. And that's going to be way to the right side. Not really very close at all. Oh, and there's a penalty on the play, though. This could be a huge flag. Ben Wooder's trying to corral his team together. I don't know what happened. This is a huge penalty. Sugar Skulls are pointing in the other direction, saying it's on the Rattlers, but we'll see. You already know that doesn't really mean anything when a team wants to is saying it's the other team. Unsportsmanlike conduct penalties by both teams. Penalties offset, and it doesn't really matter. Arizona Rattlers retain their possession, and that's pretty much it. Yeah, that kick was not very close. I'll admit that. So already a very heated game. It looks like that was Hayden Hatcher for the Rattlers and Nashawn Jackson for the Tucson Sugar Skulls on those unsportsmanlike conduct penalties. So not gonna lie, I'm not gonna be surprised if that's if we see another one of those. So now, if you're the Tucson Sugar Skulls, you need to get a stop here. You cannot let the Rattlers score again. As I keep mentioning, they are a score-heavy team, putting up so many points a game that you cannot let it get out of reach early. The good news is the Rattlers looks like they're back at their own 5-yard line. It looks like Mailer's gonna drop back to throw. He's gonna pass over the middle to number 4, and that is Trey Odom's Dukes. And that ball is coming out, actually. Tucson Sugar Skulls recover it. That's going to be picked up by Rafiq Abdul Wahid. And the Sugar Skulls have a turnover. And that is how you reverse the momentum. And that's going to be a 1st down for Tucson, as the referee just said it's their ball. Wow. What a play. Who popped that out? I got to see the replay. I didn't quite catch who popped it out, but oh boy. Oh boy. It's already getting chippy. Tucson Sugar Skulls a great field position right now. Need to capitalize on this with a touchdown. It's going to be 1st and 10. And right now it's about 8 minutes left in the ball game. Or not the ball game, sorry. Just started. The 1st quarter. 2 men in motion. Jerome Johnson, he's going to keep it himself. He runs it off to the left side. That's going to be a short gain right there. Nothing crazy. So far, it looks like the Tucson Sugar Skulls have only had one passing play so far. So interesting if they keep up with that strategy. So far, the running plays are not really getting a lot of yards. So, but it is going to be 2nd and 7. It looks like. About 7.5 minutes left in this 1st quarter. It is 2nd and 7. Here we go. Johnson drops back. He throws to the right, but it's tipped in the air. And luckily hits the ground. No interception going the other way, but scary pass right there. Very scary pass. It's going to be 3rd down and 7. Woo! That was a little bit A little bit scary right there, I'll admit it. Not gonna lie. Alright, so big 3rd and 7. After that missed field goal on the last drive, I don't know if Tucson's going to want to attempt that again. But here we go, 3rd and 7. That's going to be a dead ball. And Tucson calls a timeout at the last second. Must have seen something they didn't like. Right now, the commentators keep talking about this horn that's going on in the stands. And I can hear it myself, so it must be really loud. Definitely not helping Tucson's case on offense right now. Alrighty. We're going to go to commercial break, it looks like. 3rd and 7 when Tucson's timeout is over. Tucson needs to score a touchdown. That's all I'm gonna say. All I'm gonna say. So far, the stream is looking great, though. We have no drop frames. My CPU is pretty decent so far, which I was really nervous about going into this. So yeah. Oh man. Nervous for Tucson right now, I'm not gonna lie. Yo! Apparently, the Tucson just got a great play. They got a first down. They decided not to cut the commercial short for some reason, so I had no idea what's going on. Apparently, Tucson's at the 1 yard line right now, which is still great, but I missed it for some reason because they want to put their commercials on. It's all good. That's going to be a handoff up the middle to TD Ayo Durajay, and he's going to be stopped short, but still at the 1 yard line. So far, not a lot of big running plays for Tucson, so they are really going to have to grind this out if they want to get in the end zone. It's going to be 2nd down and goal, I believe. Oh. On the broadcast, it's saying 1st and goal, but maybe they were just short and they just got the first down now is what I'm assuming. It's going to be 1st and goal at the 1. They're going to hand it off again, but this time Johnson's going to keep it. He's going to fake it, and he's going to run into the end zone with ease. That's going to be a touchdown for Jerome Johnson. And the Sugar Skulls are 1 point away from tying up this ball game. What an answer back. It all started with that big turnover on defense. That fumble. And even though I missed it, it looked like they had a great pass to set up that 1 yard run for the touchdown. But what a great answer back from the Tucson Sugar Skulls. And as I mentioned, the Sugar Skulls are an extra point away from tying this game. It looks like we do have an injury on the field, though, for the Arizona Rattlers. So may take a bit for this play to start. Right now, let me update the time. Honestly, that's going to be the biggest challenge is, like I said, There's like not 7 minutes in this quarter. It's 4 minutes and 15 seconds. Okay. And it is going to be an extra point. Looks like not too of a nasty injury for the Rattlers player, so he should be okay for now. Looks like I want to say number 31. Don Willis, it looks like. Hopefully he's okay. And right now there's still a break on the field. And as a Sugar Skulls fan, you gotta love seeing that answer back. As I mentioned, if the Rattlers are able to go down the field and get another score to go 2 possessions, it can get really scary for Tucson. So, great defensive turnover right there. Looks like Kevin Guy, the head coach for the Rattlers, is having a discussion. And the Rattlers are challenging that touchdown play because of a possible illegal formation? First of all, why did he have that long to challenge that? The play has been dead for like 5 minutes. That was way too long of. If I'm the referees in that situation, I know I'm rooting for the Sugar Skulls, but I don't think the Rattlers should have had an opportunity to challenge that. I'm not saying it has to be immediate, but that was like way after the play was over. There's no way that should have happened. But let's see. That I guess this Sugar Skulls touchdown could be coming back, unfortunately. So let's see what happens right here. Now I'm not that intellectual, so I'm not going to be able to see on this replay if it was an illegal formation or not. I'm gonna have to wait for the call by the refs. But wow, very disheartening that this touchdown could be coming off the board. So. Who's walking back out on the field? Okay, here's the call. And the touchdown stands for the Tucson Sugar Skulls. Beautiful. Not gonna lie, that would have kind of made me heated. Even if it was an illegal formation, I don't know why they let the Rattlers challenge that. That play was long dead. Like, come on now. What are we doing here? So with that being said, the Sugar Skulls touchdown is gonna stand, and we are gonna continue with this extra point attempt from Bed Woodard. He missed that field goal earlier, so let's see if he can redeem himself right here. Kick is up. Oh my gosh, he barely made that. I thought he missed that for a second. I thought that was going to hit the uprights, but he barely made it to tie the game. And right now we have a 7-7 ball game. Why does that say 10 for the Rattlers? Awesome. And just like that, we have a tie ball game with 4:06 left in the first quarter. Let's go. Like I said, I'm rooting for the Sugar Skulls, but honestly, as long as I get a competitive ball game for my first game commentating, I'm happy. So I'll be right back. But this is a great game so far. Great game so far. Righty. Oh my gosh, why does it say, has it said 7 for the distance for that whole time? Well, it's not my fault. Honestly, if it says kickoff or extra point, it should know that there should be nothing right there. And that's all I have to do. Wow, I'm a dummy. Okay. Sorry about that. Sorry if it said, like, extra point in 7 or kickoff in 7. That shouldn't have happened. What a great response for Jerome Johnson. And even Jerome Johnson is confused why that touchdown was challenged, just like me. I guess I can't really judge. Like I said, I wouldn't understand it anyway. But great response from Tucson. High ball game. And it's going to be a kickoff to Ron Brown Jr., who had the big kickoff last time. This time he's only able to get to about the 11-yard line. So great stop by Tucson there. As that's honestly what set up their first drive with such great, such a great chance of scoring there. All right, it's going to be about 3 minutes and 50 seconds left as we start this next possession for the Rattlers. Going to be first down and 10. I will say I'm excited to commentate the baseball games because obviously I feel like it's a lot less pushing buttons for the scoreboard. So here we go, first and 10. Rattlers at their own 10-yard line, it looks like. It's going to be a pitch to the right to number 5. He's going to get a good gain out of that. He got the first down. That's going to be Kamani Clark on the handoff, or the pitch, I should say. And that's going to be a gain of 6. That's another thing for me. I don't know why. I keep thinking that they're getting way more yards than they are. I thought that was a first down for some reason, but that was not really that close. I mean, it was a great gain, 6 yards, but all right, it's going to be second down and 4 with about 3 minutes left in the first quarter. And that's going to be another handoff to Kamani Clark. That's going to be a short game, but it's going to be a first down, though, nonetheless. Two minutes and about 20 seconds left when this play starts. But first and 10, as I mentioned. Mailer's going to be in the shotgun. Looks like this might be a pass unless he takes it himself. First and 10, here we go. He's going to drop back and pass it. And there's pressure, and that's going to be a sack for number 10. Rafiq Abdul Wahid again with another big play. He had the fumble recovery earlier, and now a big sack to make it 2nd and 16 for the Arizona Rattlers. What a big play. He is hungry today. That's a crazy man right there. You see him banging his helmet right there? You do not want to mess with that guy right there. I'll just say that right now. It's going to be a minute and a half left in this first quarter. It's going to be 2nd and 16, as I mentioned. Trying to update this. 2nd and 19. I guess it's 2nd and 19, sorry. The screen says 2nd and 16. That's going to be a short pass to Kamani Clark. on the screen pass, it looks like. Gets a decent gain out of it, and it's going to be 3rd down. Had some decent blocks, but great pursuit from this Tucson Sugar Skulls defense. We have 1:12 left in this first quarter. Going to be 3rd down and 12, as it looks like there might be an injury for the Sugar Skulls defense. Big 3rd down here for the Rattlers. If Tucson can take over, or force a field goal attempt at least, like, with the way this Arizona Rattlers offense scores, this would be a huge stop right here nonetheless. Ah. It looks like number 10, Rafiq Abdul Wahid, was the Sugar Skull that got injured. Hopefully he's okay. Doesn't have to stay out of this game for too long. Already making his presence known with 2 big plays. Alright, it's going to be 3rd down and 12. A minute remaining left in this first quarter. Big 3rd down for the Rattlers. Mailer's going to drop back to pass. He's going to roll out. He's going to pass it to Kamani Clark. And that ball comes out. But he recovers it, it looks like. And that's going to be a short gain. Not enough for the first down. It is going to be a 4th down play. A big decision right here for the Rattlers. Broadcast is saying 4th and 10. I'm going to trust that. Great pressure again as Benari Black, number 0, gets in the backfield really quickly to force that pass. And Tucson Sugar Skulls defense showing up early. It looks like they're going to go for it on this 4th and 10. This would be a big turnover on downs if the defense can come up here. And that's going to be a penalty. This could be huge. Looks like it might be a false start on the offense. And that's going to be a false start on number 78, Christopher Strouder. And that's going to hurt the Arizona Rattlers right there. They might have to go for a field goal now. And now it's going to be 4th and 15. It looks like the Rattlers offense may be staying on the field for this. Actually, never mind. It's the end of the first quarter, as both teams take a break before the second quarter starts. But it is 7-7 between the Tucson Sugar Skulls and the Arizona Rattlers. It's been very competitive so far. Some great ball being played right here. As I mentioned, though, the Arizona Rattlers have a big decision right now on what they want to do. Kick the field goal. As it looks like Matthew Cook, number 32, he is 6 for 14 on field goals, so not the greatest percentage. That is a loud commercial. At this point, 4th and 15. If you turn over the ball here, you're going to give the Tucson Sugar Skulls a great field position. And after what happened on the last drive where they had a great field position on the turnover, I don't know if you want to do that. But so far, I hope everyone's enjoying this game right now. I know I am. Very thankful to be able to watch it. As I mentioned, I hate that most of the games have been on that overnight subscription thingy. It's just, it really sucks for the IFL because I think the IFL really is expanding and growing. And kind of gatekeeping the games on a platform you have to pay a subscription for when you kind of putting out this message that you really want, you know, the league to grow and more eyes to be on it. It just kind of doesn't make sense. So, but I'm glad this game is on Yahoo. And I think I saw that next week's game against the Wranglers should also be on Yahoo Sports. So I'm hoping to cover that game as well, especially if the Sugar Skulls are still in contention for a playoff spot. So. But as I mentioned, we are now in the second quarter. Let me update that. Okay. Whew. I'm enjoying this game so far. I think I'm really quick gonna get a drink really fast. Alrighty. Alright, we're back to the action. This is the start of the second quarter in the 7-7 tied ball game. And looking at Desert Diamond Arena right now, it is a pretty packed arena right now. A lot of people showed up to this game, and the Rattlers have, let's be honest, they have one of the best fan bases in the game. Very, very strong fan base. They love their team, so not surprising there. And it looks like they are going to go for the field goal attempt. Matthew Cook, here we go. This is kind of a long field goal. Kick is up. And that's going to be good. He got it. That was a really good kick. Wow. And that's going to give the Rattlers a 10-7 lead. Wow. I mean, I'm not surprised he made it. It's just like, it was impressive, honestly. And I absolutely agree with what the broadcaster just said. Kickers matter a lot in this league. That could be the difference between a win or a loss. So, I mean, we saw what happened with the Ben Woodard field goal attempt. This could be a tie game right now, but because of that missed field goal, still only 7-10. All right, looks like the Rattlers are going to be kicking off to Tucson Sugar Skulls. Aaron Jackson back to return. As I mentioned, he is always dangerous back there. Let's see if he can get. Let's see if he can give the Sugar Skulls some great field position right here. He's gonna take it out. Gonna make a cut, and he's gonna bring it out to about the 16-yard line. Aaron Jackson a little bit frustrated as I don't think he thought he was down. For a second, I don't think he was, honestly. But the Sugar Skulls are gonna take over at the their own 16-yard line, it looks like. Gonna be first down and 10. All right, here we go. First and 10 for Jerome Johnson and the Sugar Skulls. Let's see what they got. It's going to be a handoff. That's going to be a nice play right there. Who is that? That's not Mackley. I don't know why. That's actually JoJo Earl. I was about to say Mackey because that's what the broadcasters say, but that's actually number 5, JoJo Earl, who's getting a lot of action early on. As I mentioned, I wasn't able to find much stats on him, so I'm not sure if he just got assigned to the team. So looks like they're giving him a lot of action early on, though. So that's interesting. But that was a first down play on the handoff to the right side. Let's see. They're about at the 27-yard. That's going to be a handoff to number 22, TD Ayo Duroger. Sorry, this is a really fast game going on. I almost said 27-yard line, but I keep forgetting that's not possible. I don't believe he got the first down on that run though, so it's going to be second down. He did get the first down? I guess he did. Okay. Oh my gosh, that's a bad snap. Jerron Johnson, he recovers, but that's going to be a big loss. It looks like number 52, Carson Taylor, is going to take him down in the backfield. That is a big loss for the Tucson Sugar Skulls. Not what you want to see. Oh no. They just said Jerome Johnson's slow to get up. Oh no. That is not what you want to hear. They're not showing him right now. I hope he's okay. It's going to be 2nd and 20 now. About 12 minutes and 15 seconds left to go in this second quarter. Looks like Jerome Johnson is good to go, though, so that's a huge relief. But nonetheless, a big play for Carson Taylor, who I wrote down in my notes. I actually wrote him down in my notes because he has 3 interceptions, which is crazy for a defensive lineman. That's going to be a pass to Terrell Brown on the right side. That's going to be some good yardage to set up the third down, though. Now it's going to be 3rd and 13, it looks like. Definitely makes this third down right here a lot more attainable, so we'll see. Desert Diamond Arena getting loud right now. This is a big 3rd and 13. As I mentioned, with Ben Woodard missing that field goal earlier in the first quarter, you might have to go for it on 4th down. It's actually 3rd and 15, my bad. I keep saying, and that's going to be a penalty. And Jerome Johnson is not happy right now. Looks like it could be a false start. And Tucson just shooting themselves in the foot right now. And that's going to be a false start on number 5, JoJo Earl. Not great for Tucson right there. And it was actually 3rd and 15. I said it was my bad, but to be fair, they did show 3rd and 13 on the broadcast. So I'm just going off of what they're going. Should be 3rd and 20, though, after the 5-yard penalty, I believe. Please show it on the screen. It's 3rd down, nonetheless. Yes, 3rd and 20. Another penalty. Another penalty, it looks like, for the Tucson Sugar Skulls. And Desert Diamond Arena is just causing a ruckus. Another false start for JoJo Earl, number 5. At this point, you got to take him off the field. What is going on? It's now going to be 3rd and 25. You love to see the heart from JoJo Earl, but you cannot have back-to-back false start penalties, as it is now a 3rd and 25. And unless Tucson gets a big gain right here, it looks like they're going to have to try for another field goal. All right, here we go. 3rd and 25. Johnson's going to drop back. He's going to dump it off to the right to Mackey. He's going to break a tackle. He's going to get some good yardage, though. There's going to be a penalty, though. Oh, man. They did get some decent yardage there, but there's another penalty. And it's an illegal block in the back on number 69, Quay Baker McCauley. And it's going to come back once again. Tucson can just not catch a break on this offensive drive right here. And right now, Rayshon Kaiser just has to calm down this team. And they're actually electing to decline the penalty. It's going to be 4th and 35, if the broadcast is correct. And they're going to be bringing out the field goal unit. So it's going to be Ben Woodard for another field goal attempt. Let's see if he can actually connect on this one. The last one he shanked to the right, so this will be interesting right here. And once again, Desert Diamond Arena, they know they're making their presence known. They're obviously going to get loud on this field goal attempt as well. 4th and 17, actually. Here's the kick. And he made it. He made it. And I'm not acting surprised because of the player himself, but honestly, it looked like it was going to the right, but it looked like it just got inside there. And that's going to be a tie ball game. What a big kick for Ben Woodard. As on that offensive drive, honestly, any kind of points is huge for this team, so. That ball looked like it might shank to the right, but it just got in there, so it's going to be a tied ball game, 10-10. Woo! Jeez, man. That was not a great offensive drive. Not a great offensive drive at all for Tucson right there. But fortunately, they come up with a field goal to tie the game, and they're still in this ball game. I didn't quite see how much time was left in the second quarter, but... oh, boy. I know I'm wearing, like, a sweatshirt and joggers, so, like, it's probably not helping me when it comes to sweating, but... This game ain't really doing me a favor either, so... Just gonna say that right now. Alright. Gonna be a kickoff. Keep putting 0 for the distance, but if I just put nothing. This is my first stream, so I'm still learning the ropes when it comes to this scoreboard overlay thing I'm doing, so. Like I said, the baseball game should be a lot better when I do the Diamondbacks starting this upcoming Friday, but honestly though, I'm glad there's not a football game every day, because this is kind of rough. Especially with the time, like updating the time in the quarters and stuff like that. Alright, looks like we're getting back to the action. Hey, once the time pops up for how much time is left in the second quarter, I'll update that, but definitely not 12 minutes. Alright, looks like it's just under 10 minutes. 9 minutes and about 59 seconds left in the second quarter. Here's the kickoff to the Arizona Rattlers. That's going to be way back there. They're going to still take it out, though. Ron Brown Jr. And he's going to get nowhere. I think he only got to, like, to the 3-yard line. Very surprising that he took it out. Unless, correct me if I'm wrong, you're not allowed to do touchbacks, but... maybe I don't know about that rule. And it's going to be 1st and 10 with the Rattlers at their own 3-yard line, it looks like. Not great field position to start, but let's see what the Rattlers can do right here. And Myler's going to drop back, and he's going to scramble for it. He's going to get big yardage all the way to the 25-yard line. And just like that, that shaky kickoff return doesn't matter. The broadcaster's saying Myler, so I'm gonna trust him and say hey, Myler, but I always thought it was Mailer. But Myler, Myler. Get that in my head. Okay. All right, it's gonna be 1st and 10 though. The Rattlers at midfield after that great run by Myler. And they're gonna hand it off to no, he's gonna keep it himself. He's gonna oh my goodness, he gets all the way to the 5-yard line, it looks like, but there is gonna be a penalty. Will this be coming back? Let's see what the penalty is. And that penalty is going to be on the Tucson Sugar Skulls illegal defense. And Max Myler has carried this whole offensive drive with 2 big runs himself. As I mentioned, leads the team in rushing yards. Not a surprise right there. And looks like looks like the Rattlers are going to be at the 9-yard line. In great position for a score right now. 1st and goal. They're going to pitch it to Ron Brown Jr. He's going to go to the left side. Gets to about the 2-yard line. Still a very chippy game. You can see a lot of players pushing and shoving each other when the play is over. It's 2nd and goal. I don't think I can put... Wait. No way. Oh my gosh, I can't put 2nd and goal. What the heck? Okay. It's going to be 2nd and goal for the Rattlers. Looks like they're about 3 to 2 yards away from a score. Two men in motion. Myler's going to keep it himself again, but this time he's not going to be going anywhere. That's a stop at the line of scrimmage. Great stop by the Tucson Sugar Skulls defense. Going to be 3rd and goal now. This could potentially be a huge stop for Tucson, and they could force a field goal attempt. Or even just a turnover on downs on 4th down. We'll see right here. It's 3rd and goal. At about the 4-yard line. Is Myler going to keep it himself again? This time he's going to drop back to throw. He's rolling out to the right. He's going to take it himself. And that's going to be a touchdown for the Arizona Rattlers. There is a penalty on the play. We'll see if this touchdown holds up. And the Rattler players shaking their heads right now. Looks like this might be coming back. Possible holding, it looks like. Could be a big break for Tucson right now. Fouls by both plays. Illegal defense on Tucson, Benari Black. They're going to replay 3rd down as the holding call was on James Kimbrough. I wrote him down as number 50, but I guess he's number 60. I got all this off the IFL website and their own website, so try my best. Anyway, looks like they're going to replay 3rd down as the penalties offset from each other. It's going to be 3rd and goal again. About 6 minutes and 40 seconds left in the game. He's going to drop back to throw, and that's going to be a great catch. Was that Ron? No, that was Arlen Bruce. What a great catch. Not the greatest throw, but he still snagged that in. That's going to be a touchdown for the Arizona Rattlers. Another big time player on this offense. Not surprised he got a touchdown in this game. With that being said, it is gonna be 16-10 before this extra point attempt from Matthew Cook. And what a great offensive drive from the Arizona Rattlers. As I mentioned, Max Myler just completely carried that drive all the way down the field. Here's the extra point attempt. That's going to be good. And it's going to give the Rattlers a 17-10 lead with 5 minutes and 43 seconds left in the second quarter. Excuse me. Could be a lot worse, honestly. I mean, as I mentioned, the Rattlers just score in every single game they've been playing. So the fact that it's not more, it's pretty nice. But it's still a great ball game so far. But as I mentioned, penalties just really just hurting this Tucson Sugar Skulls team. Wow, 11,000 people they just had at Desert Diamond Arena, so it is packed. All right, here's the kickoff. And that's going to go all the way back out of play. No return here for Aaron Jackson. I know he's disappointed. I'm disappointed. But it's going to be 5 minutes and 43 seconds left in this second quarter. Tucson is going to take over at the 20-yard line. So it's actually like better if the team returns it, because I guess they do get at the 20-yard line, and usually like in the NFL or college football, for example, that wouldn't be the end of the world, but with such a short field in the IFL, it definitely makes a difference. We have 1st and 10 though. Let's see how Tucson can respond right here. And it looks like Tucson is going to call a timeout on the very first play. Still not looking great. And it's pretty obvious when Tucson goes in at the halftime, a big talk is going to be about communication and what's been going on with the penalties and just a lack of being just cohesive as a team, you know? All right. Tucson coming out of the timeout. It's going to be 1st and 10 with 5 minutes and 9 seconds left in the game. And let's see what they can do on this first play. It's kind of taking a while, but here we go. JoJo Earl in motion again. That's going to be a handoff to Brandon Mack. Oh no, Drum Johnson's going to keep it. He's to the right side. He's got space. And he's going to take it all the way to the 6-yard line, it looks like. What a great run by Jerome Johnson right there. And a fan trying to grab the ball from him. What's going on there? But he had too much beers, it looks like. Nonetheless, though, what a great play by Jerome Johnson. It's now going to be 1st and goal. As he's going to hand it off to Brandon Mackey. He's going to get some short yarders there to get closer to the end zone, but still about 2 yards away, it looks like. And Tucson, after that huge run by Jerome Johnson, just set up well for this touchdown, hopefully to tie the game, potentially. It's going to be 2nd goal with about 3 minutes and 50 seconds left in this game. It's going to be another, but this time Jerome Johnson, he's going to keep it. He's going to, oh my goodness, he rolls out of the tackle and it goes to the right side. He's going to get into the end zone. Oh my goodness. The last drive, Max Mailer kind of carried the offensive drive. And this time Jerome Johnson said, I'm going to do it myself. Anything you can do, I can do better. As he just escapes. Who was that tried to make the tackle? I didn't quite catch the number, but he is upset that he did not wrap up. That could have been a big tackle for a loss, and instead, Jerome Johnson, he breaks it and rolls back out to the right and gets in the end zone. And now we have a field goal attempt to potentially tie the game. Here's the extra point. Ben Woodard, and it is blocked. It is blocked. And that could be a real difference maker in this game. Potentially to tie the game, and that field goal attempt is blocked, or extra point attempt, I should say. As number 92, Josh Ellison with a huge field goal block. Not the best blocking on that play from Tucson, as Ellison gets back there easily. And the Rattlers will retain a 1-point lead, as it is 16-17. And if you're the Tucson Sugar Skulls, you just hope that field goal block does not come back to haunt you. Keep saying field goal block, extra point. I mean, I know it's, you kind of know what's going on, but that's rough. That is rough. It's going to be 2 minutes and 58 seconds left, it looks like, in the 2nd quarter before halftime. Oh boy, that's rough. Okay. Nonetheless, though, a great showing from Jerome Johnson on that last drive. He really set the team up well for that touchdown. And not to mention, just to finish it himself. Right, here's the kickoff to the Arizona Rattlers. And that is going to go into the stands for a touchback as the Rattlers will take it out to the 20-yard line. And if you're Tucson right now, a defensive stop before halftime would be huge. I believe the Rattlers got the ball first, so a defensive stop would be huge right here. As I mentioned last try, Max Miley was just a one-man wrecking crew. Let's see if that's the same strategy that the Arizona Rattlers have right here. Clock is ticking though, about 2 minutes and 30 seconds left. 1st and 10. 2 men in motion. That's going to be a play action fake. A lot of pressure. He's just going to throw it up and he's going to throw it away. Just had to get the ball out of there. A lot of pressure on that play. Going to be 2nd down and 10. Great start for the Sugar Skulls, though, on defense to get that pressure. Now going to be about 2 minutes left in this ball game. Clock is ticking. We're at 1:55 right now. 2nd and 10. Max Myler all by himself back there. He's going to drop back to throw. 2nd and 10. That's going to be over the middle. That's going to be a big catch for number 4, Trey Odoms Dukes. That was a tough snag, but he held on for the catch. That's going to be a 1st down. One minute and 15 seconds left and ticking. Looks like the clock stops at 1 minute though, so a lot can happen right here. At the 20-yard line, Myler's going to take it himself, and that's going to be a tackle for a loss by Benari Black. Way to get back there. And with that being said, that's going to take us to the 1 minute. They call it 1 minute timeout, but I'm going to call it the 1 minute warning. Same thing. And there's going to be 58 seconds left in this first half. Even if the Tucson Sugar Skulls hold them to a field goal right here, that would be huge. So far, the Tucson Sugar Skulls have been getting great pressure on Myler on passing plays. That's going to be a commercial. And I believe the Rattlers still have all their timeouts, so they could get very strategic with these next few plays right here when they come out of the commercial break. I cannot wait for the Diamondback games though. Not only because they're my team and they're one of my favorite teams, but it's gonna be so much easier with the scoreboard. I'm not gonna lie. I know no one's really in here to witness this anyway, but trying my best here. Trying my best. All right, we are out of the commercial break. As I mentioned, 58 seconds left in this first half. Arizona Rattlers threatening. They are at about the 20-yard line, it looks like. All right, here we go. Myler's going to drop back. He's going to roll out to the right. And that's going to be a penalty. He just gets the ball out just in time, but let's see what this penalty is on. Scoreboard did not pop up, so I'm not sure what down that was, but this could be huge. And that's going to be holding on the offense. And that's going to be another penalty on Christopher Strouder. Already his second one in the ball game. And that's going to be a huge one for the Arizona Rattlers. Once I see what down and how many yards they have, I'll update that. But right now they're not. They don't even have the scoreboard up right now, so. Okay, here we go. 51 seconds left. What down is it? Second down. I'm not sure what the yardage is. They're still not updating it, but Myler back there by himself. He's going to drop back to throw. He's going to go to the right, and that's going to be a catch. Another great catch by Trey Odoms Duke. That's his third catch of the day, I believe. And it looks like they're going to get that yardage back after that holding penalty. And Tucson is going to call a timeout. 41 seconds left. And it looks like that was Tucson's last timeout they just burned. And my apologies. Looks like the Rattlers only have 2 timeouts, but still in a great position after that great catch. They still haven't shown what yardage they need on this third down. But right now they're at the 19-yard line. And Miley's going to drop back to throw again. He's going to roll out to the right, and he's going to get stopped. I don't think he got anything on that gain. And once again, number 10, Rafiq Abdul-Wahid with just a great play in the backfield. He has been a monster this whole game. And that's going to bring up a 4th down. A big decision for the Arizona Rattlers right here, as Tucson has definitely showed up on defense. Arizona Rattlers at about the 20-yard line, as it looks like that was a loss of 1. And the Rattlers are going to call their second timeout, only have 1 remaining. And wow. The Rattlers burned the clock all the way down to 1 second left. And it looks like they might kick a field goal right before halftime to make it 20-16. Matthew Cook has already been on fire this whole game, so I wouldn't be surprised if he makes it right here. And this is going to be a 37-yard field goal for Matthew Cook. He's been huge for the Arizona Rattlers so far in this game, so let's see if he can connect on another one. To go into the halftime, here's the kick. And that's going to be shanked to the right. That looked just like the kick that Ben Woodard had on his first attempt. But that's going to be no good, and that's going to be halftime. 16-17. Tucson down by 1 point. A back and forth ball game, and honestly, you would think that Tucson would be down by a lot more, given the penalties, given the missed field goals, given that blocked field goal. But they're hanging strong. With that being said, it is halftime, my friends. Woo! What a ball game so far. What a ball game. And if you're Kevin Guy, you cannot be happy with his performance right now. And right now, it looks like he's not very happy with his offensive line. As I mentioned, Tucson has been getting pressure on Myler pretty consistently this game. We had the 2 penalties from Christopher Strouder. Definitely an area they're going to want to hone in before they come out of this half. All right, I can kind of take a break with the scoreboard. But yeah, it's halftime, boys. Oh my goodness. It is halftime, so it's going to be definitely a bit of a break. The one thing that I want to mention is the plan for this channel is obviously to have live streams like this where I'm commentating full games. As I mentioned, I definitely want to commentate as much of these Sugar Skulls games as much as possible. Starting this Friday after the MLB comes out of their All-Star break, definitely going to be commentating almost every Diamondbacks game, unless it's on Apple TV or Peacock. Basically any games that are on MLB TV. But even though we're gonna have the live streams pretty consistently, after each live stream, I definitely want to kind of make short form content and just kind of upload highlights of the games, great plays, kind of give a recap of each game essentially. Whew, all right. I'm not sure how long this halftime break is. Usually they're about 30 minutes or 30 minutes. So we'll see how long it takes to get back into the action. But a great first half so far. Honestly, I couldn't ask for a better game right now. Back and forth the whole first half essentially. And you got to be impressed with Tucson. I mean, despite all the penalties, despite the blocked field goal, they're only down by 1 point. So I think the defense, given how great Max Myler is and how great this offense has been all season, like the fact that Tucson is kind of holding their own on the road, it's pretty impressive so far. Gotta stretch my legs. Oh my goodness. Hopefully this halftime break isn't too long because I honestly just want to get back into the action, but we will see. I'm not sure how long they are in the IFL. But Jerome Johnson, I gotta say, he is super impressive. I mean, I think we signed him kind of mid-season. He joined the team, but like, this is kind of the first time I've been able to watch him play, and he is like excellent. He definitely was getting a bit frustrated with all the penalties that were happening on that one drive and just the lack of communication. But if the offense can get it together, this could be scary for the Rattlers. So. We'll just take a look at both teams right here. Looking at my notes, Jerome Johnson, obviously on the Sugar Skulls that I mentioned, he's been having a great first half. Jojo Earl had those two big false starts on that one drive. Was not a good look. I wonder if that's going to take into account of how much he plays the second half. But oh my goodness, Rafiq Abdul Wahi, number 10. He has been a monster on defense. He had the fumble recovery, had a big sack on Myler. Benari Black has been getting in the backfield, I think, a couple of times. Looking at the Rattlers, obviously Max Myler, especially on that one offensive drive, he was just insane. Just basically carried the whole team. Arlen Bruce, he's had a couple of big catches, and including that touchdown. Trey Odom's Dukes, number 4. He's had some great catches. On defense, I mean, Carson Taylor, a lot of it was just because of that bad snap, but, he had that big tackle for loss in the backfield. Josh Ellison had that big extra point attempt blocked. Not good for the Tucson Sugar Skulls, so I would say those are definitely the players that stand out to me during that first half, but alrighty, so that first half took about an hour and a half, so we still got a lot of ball game, or a lot of broadcasting, I guess, if you want. But yeah, going back to the Arizona Diamondbacks, I mean, kind of leading up to the All-Star break, they've kind of been hit or miss. I mean, it's really just been the starting rotation has not been consistent. I know we just DFA'd Pavin Smith, which is huge, but he's been a bat that just I never root for a player to lose their job or you know what I'm saying, but he could not be in the lineup anymore, and he was always in there consistently. Um, Actually, they're playing right now in LA. I didn't even think about that. Let me check the score. They're going against Yamamoto, so it's gonna be interesting. And the D-backs have a 1-0 lead in the bottom of the 5th inning. Oh my goodness. I think this is a 3-game series against the Dodgers, so if we win this game, we win the series, so this would be a huge series to win on the road. And Tim Tawa has the lone RBI so far. He had 4 RBIs last night in the ball game when I think they beat him like 9-3. But wow. Great showing from the Diamondbacks so far. Very excited to start covering them when they come out of the All-Star break. Looks like the halftime show is still going on, so still got a decent amount of time before we get back to the action. Right now they have the first half stats. It's pretty neck and neck, honestly. Rushing yards, 46 for Tucson, 49 for the Rattlers. 30 passing yards for Tucson, 44 for Arizona. Um, both 1 for 3 on third downs. And even their average yards per player are pretty much exactly the same. So you cannot ask for a better ball game right now. Wow, Brandon Fott is like actually like dealing right now against the Dodgers. Right now it's the bottom of the fifth, and right now he's pitching a shutout. I'm assuming he's still in the game. Let me see. No, he's still pitching. Wow, good for him. After getting sent down to AAA, and then like there was that little period where he was in the bullpen, he just hasn't really found his sweet spot this season. But so far, coming back from AAA and becoming a starter again, he's been strong. I mean, I want to say, who did he pitch against his first back? Was it San Diego? Or was it the series before that? I don't know. All right, looks like the halftime performance is wrapping up. We should be getting back to the ball game fairly soon. Jerome Johnson though, only 16 yards passing on 4 attempts, 2 for 4. Like, and when I say that, I mean that like he hasn't had to pass the ball a lot. Like running the ball himself, he's been getting so many yards. Um, Obviously Tucson had that big turnover to kind of flip the field position and just not make it to where they had to go all the way down the field. You know. I appreciate everyone who's been sticking around. I think most people kind of assumed I was like actually broadcasting the game, which it is on Yahoo for free, so you don't really need to. Even if I was broadcasting it, um, not really necessary. You can just go to the Yahoo Sports website to catch this game. But I appreciate everyone who's been sticking around. I tried putting it in the title so people are not like, no, where's the game? All right, looks like we should be getting back to the game soon. Awesome. Looks like they're talking to Kaiser, the coach for Tucson right now. Looks like Kaiser's pretty happy for Tucson. Is that just a couple fixes on offense? It looks like, and I mean you can't complain about the defense. They've been showing up all game, so he was complaining about the horns. I mean Arlen Bruce in his interview, he was. I didn't catch the last game in Tucson when they played each other, but he mentioned that there was horns in Tucson. So I'm not gonna say anything. I didn't really catch it. So I mean, if there was horns in Tucson, then I mean you can't really complain about the horns. You know, being here at Desert Diamond Arena, just like that, we're getting back to the action. Here's the start of the third quarter. Tucson is going to be receiving it. There we go. Third quarter. And kickoff. Beautiful. Just like I wanted. Here's the kickoff from the Rattlers to the Tucson Sugar Skulls. Here's the start of the second half. Let's host some more great ball. Did he get the deuce? Ooh, it looked like it was close for the deuce. A potential 2 points. That would have been huge for the Rattlers. But it looks like I think it just shanked to the right. Ooh, it did just shank to the right. All right, let's see what Jerome Johnson has out of the gate. Gonna be first down and 10. All right, here's the first play of the second half. 2 men in motion. He's gonna hand it off to Mackey, it looks like. And he is going nowhere. That's gonna be a tackle for a loss. Not a great start for Tucson out of the gate. They actually gave him 2 yards. I'm trusting the broadcast, but I've been doing that all game, and then they like update at the very last second, like, oh, it's actually not this many yards to go, so we'll see. But currently it's 2nd and 8. See? 2nd and 10, actually. I'm telling you, bro. What is going on, y'all? Okay. It's actually 2nd and 10. Jerome Johnson, he's going to drop back to throw. He almost launched it. He's going to launch it deep. Oh, that was almost a one-handed catch by Terrell Brown, but a lot of hands up there in that fight, but he almost came down with it. That would have been an insane catch if he came down with that. I thought there might be pass interference. There was a lot of physical contact on that, but actually, no, it was a clean play. Seeing the replay, it was pretty clean. It looks like that was Yassine McKee Sr. with that great defensive play. Could have been a big play for Tucson right there. It's going to be 3rd and 10, though. That's going to be a timeout, I believe. I'll be right back. Give me one. All right, I do have to step out very shortly for like a few minutes. I'm going to see how much I can commentate this game. It is 3rd and 10. After what would have been a huge completion. Jerome Johnson, he's going to drop back. He's going to roll to the right. He's going to launch it. Ooh, got hit on. That could have been a scary throw. He got hit as he threw it. Not quite able to get it to Terrell Brown, it looks like. And that's going to be 4th and 10. We'll see what the Sugar Skulls are going to do here. They don't have great field position right now, so I don't know if they want. I mean, you can't punt it, so I don't know what you do. I mean, Woodard, he missed that field goal earlier. They're going to try for the field goal. Ben Woodard, it looks like their own 12-yard line. This is going to be a long kick. Let's see if they can get the 3 points to take the lead potentially. Here's the kick. And oh my gosh, it has the distance. That's right down the middle. What a kick from Ben Woodard. And that's going to give Tucson the lead 19-17. Oh my goodness. I didn't even question that. From the start, that looked like it was good. What a kick from Ben Woodard right down the middle. And that's going to be a 19-17 lead for Tucson. I believe their first lead of the ball game. I did not mean to get Rattlers. Why do the Rattlers? I'll be right back. Give me one. All right, what did I miss? Okay. Looks like it's 2nd and 10. The Rattlers still have the ball at midfield. Looks like I didn't miss much. And Myler's gonna drop back. He's gonna fumble that. Is that gonna be a potential turnover for the Sugar Skulls? I think they got it. 44, he was in contention for that. Dijaman Brooks, sorry if I mispronounced that. He's gonna come out with it for a turnover. Oh my goodness. I don't think he forced that, so I'm gonna have to see who forced that. But a huge turnover for the Sugar Skulls. Let's see. Oh my gosh, who was that? Was that Benari Black? I think that was. He's been back there all game. What a play for this Tucson Sugar Skulls defense, as they're absolutely keeping this team in the game. Wow. And just like that, the Sugar Skulls are back on offense. Wow. Let me get back here with the scoreboard. 1st and 10. That was Benari Black. Oh my gosh, what a great play by him. About 10 minutes left. Midfield for the Sugar Skulls. Jerome Johnson, he's going to drop back to throw. He's going to roll out to the right. He's going to throw it. And he throws an interception. And number 12, it looks like. Oh my gosh, that's going to be a pick 6 for Yassine McKee Sr. Oh my gosh. And he just he's doing a backflip on us. Oh boy. What an answer back after the fumble recovery. Oh, and if you're Jerome Johnson, you cannot have that happen. Oh my gosh. That is absolutely the worst thing that could have happened after that fumble recovery. And just like that, the Arizona Rattlers are back in the lead. With a 23 to 19 point lead, with a potential 24 to 19 point lead after this field goal attempt. And oh my gosh. I'm still processing what I just saw. That gonna be a challenge flag? It looks like Tucson is challenging that play. Interesting. Looked good to me, honestly. It looks like Tucson is challenging something about the defensive back bearing something. I'm not quite sure what that means, but could be something that has to do with the interception itself. I thought maybe it had to do with the return, but looking at this replay, great pressure from number 31, Donna Willis, and just right into the hands of number 12, Yassine McKee Sr. Oh my gosh. And that was his 10th interception of the season. Looks like the team leader. Still not sure what Tucson is challenging here, but I honestly don't think anything is gonna change. Let me update the clock though. There's about 8 minutes and 55 seconds left. That sucked. Right now, the referee is looking at their tablet. Kevin Guy does not look happy with the refs. I mean, looking at the replay, they haven't really shown much. I mean, I honestly don't think anything's gonna change. And the referee is still studying the tablet. I guess Rayshawn Kaiser's challenge was good enough to have him take this much of a look at it, because it's been going on for a while. Honestly, not sure if it's quite the risk of, losing a timeout, but here's the call. This is huge. And it's confirmed. It is a pick six for a touchdown to give the Arizona Rattlers the lead. Not sure what Kaiser was trying to challenge with that, but oh my goodness. The Tucson Sugar Skulls had so much momentum there and just gave it all away on that interception. Still only down by 4 points, potentially 5 points after this field goal, after this extra point attempt, but Tucson is challenging again? Is that even allowed? So are you telling me if that they lose this challenge, they're only going to have one timeout for the rest of the game? I will say, when it comes to the IFL, they are not very strict when it comes to challenges. I guess you can just challenge anything at any time, because that's kind of what it looks. That's kind of what it looks like. What's going on right now. And we're gonna have another break in the action as they're challenging illegal contact from a defensive lineman. It looks like. I mean, if I'm Rayshawn Kaiser, I say just let him have his touchdown. We're not down by a lot. Yes, it sucks, but like, I don't think it's worth losing another timeout. And if I'm Kevin Guy, I'm pretty upset too. Like, let's just play the ball game. Here we go. And the touchdown still stands. And Tucson loses 2 timeouts and only has 1 timeout left with 8 minutes and 55 seconds left in the third quarter. I do not agree with that decision by Rayshawn Kaiser. I don't mind the first challenge if you really thought you saw something, but it feels like to do it 2 times in a row, you're just nitpicking. And now you put yourself in an even worse position. Oh my goodness. And now finally we get to Matthew Cook's extra point attempt to potentially make it a 24-19 ball game. Jeez, man. Right, here's the kick. It is good, it looks like. Gonna be a penalty, though. A lot of stoppage in this game so far in this third quarter. That's gonna be offense on the defense. They're gonna decline that. Just not great football from the Tucson Sugar Skulls. From the player's standpoint, from the coach's standpoint. Obviously, still a lot of ball left to be played, but with 1 timeout left, I can already guarantee that's gonna come back to haunt us. So, not a great look as we go to the commercial break. Rattlers up 24-19. Hopefully, Jerome Johnson, he kind of calms down after that interception and can just get back to the. He was having a great game beforehand, especially running the ball, but gosh, that sucks so much. That just sucked all the life out of any momentum Tucson had. The good news is they're only up by 5 points. A lot of ball game left to be played, but that was not a great sequence of events right there. And I feel like if you're Tucson right here, even if it's a field goal, you have to get any kind of points you can get right now on this next offensive drive. You have to. Arizona has all the momentum right now. It's not going to be good if Tucson just turns it over again. All right, we are back to the action. Rattlers will be kicking it off to Tucson. And here's the kickoff to the Tucson Sugar Skulls. And Jackson's going to take this one out. Makes a nice cut, and it's stopped at about the 12-yard line. And it looks like we have 8 minutes and 28 seconds left in this ball game. The good news is, as the broadcast team just mentioned, Jerome Johnson, the former IFL MVP, he definitely is capable of calming down and getting this game back in his favor, but we'll see. 1st and 10, 2 men in motion for the Sugar Skulls. He's going to keep it himself up the middle. He's going to get a decent gain, 5-6 yard gain. Looks like only 3 yards actually, according to the broadcast, but I'm not holding them to that, so. All right, it's going to be 2nd and 7 for the Tucson Sugar Skulls. He's going to drop back. He's going to dump it to the left. Oh, and JoJo Earl just completely drops it. I don't know if he felt the pressure from 24 honing down on him, but not a great play right there. Completely goes through his hands. And that was Carl Vansky Decius. Sorry if I mispronounced that name. Wasn't even on JoJo Earl, but I think JoJo Earl just felt him coming and completely goes through his hand. It's going to be 3rd and 5, though. Big 3rd down for the Sugar Skulls. Johnson drops back. Passes to the right. And is that McGriff with the drop? Another drop for the Sugar Skulls. And as I mentioned, that's Justin McGriff with the drop. Honestly, another play where the defensive back isn't even on the receiver. Not the easiest catch. It was pretty kind of going out of bounds, but still. I think it was still a catchable ball, and it's going to be 4th down and 5. Looks like Tucson is going to go for it, though. Tucson has to get this ball off, and they're going to have to burn their final timeout, it looks like. No. Instead, they take the delay game, but still. Not good either way. As Tucson is just crumbling in the 3rd quarter. As now it is going to be 4th and 10. And I think after that field goal that Woodard had earlier, you can be confident that he can make it from here. I think you send him out, try to get 3 points here, and just see what you can do on defense. And that is what they're gonna do. Here comes Ben Woodard for another field goal attempt. As I mentioned, had that great field goal earlier in the game on his last one. This is another long one. 54-yarder. Oh my goodness. Here's the kick. And it's going to be blocked. And the Rattlers pick it up immediately. And there's going to be a return on this. They tackle him at the 14, but nothing going in Tucson's way right now. As it looks like that is going to be a recovery by Jermaine Dobbs. And now Arizona has great field position. You might as well have went for it in that situation. Obviously, you don't know that there's going to be a block. Was that Ellison with another block? That might have been Josh Ellison with another block too. As this has just been an awful 3rd quarter for Tucson, their worst one of the game yet. It's gonna be about 4 minutes and 35 seconds left in this game. 1st and 10 for this offense for the Rattlers. Myler's gonna drop back. He's gonna throw it to the left. That's gonna be Bruce. Get some good yardage. A big hit from number 90. That's gonna be Isaac Anderson with a nice hit, but still great yardage for Bruce. And it's gonna be 1st and goal, actually. As the Rattlers could pull away with this game. All right, 1st and goal. Bruce in motion. And that's going to be a handoff to Ron Brown Jr. He's going to stretch out for the end zone, and that's going to be a touchdown. Just a tough run right there to just stretch across the pylon, and they're going to get that. And just like that, it is a 30-19 ball game in favor of the Rattlers. This is hard to watch, honestly. And Matthew Cook for the extra point attempt. He's been pretty solid all game, minus that one field goal attempt. Here's the kick. And that's going to be good. There's going to be a 30... No good. That looked good to me, but apparently he missed that. Oh, man. And Ron Brown Jr. just playing guitar here after the touchdown. and the Rattlers are having fun and have every reason to be having fun. As a 13-19 lead, as all the momentum has just swung in the favor of the Rattlers, and it is not looking good for Tucson, even though it is still the third quarter with no timeouts, or sorry, one timeout remaining. I thought they burned that last one, but they had to delay a game. But after the second blocked field goal to give the Arizona Rattlers just great field position, there's just not much the defense can do. They've been playing solid all game, but there's not much you can do when the Rattlers just keep getting that good field position. Oh boy, it's not looking good. 11-point lead. Still a lot of ball to be played, but I got no words to say right now. This is not looking good. I'm gonna be honest. All right, here we go. This is gonna be a kickoff back to the Sugar Skulls, and you just need anything at this point. This could get ugly really fast. It's already in the process of getting ugly. And that's going to be a deuce. That's going to be a deuce for Matthew Cook. Another 2 points for them. It just keeps getting worse and worse for the Sugar Skulls. This is not great. This is not great at all. And now the Rattlers are going to have a 32 and 19-point lead. And right now, Tucson just needs to turn it all the way up right here, right now. They need to lock in on this offensive drive. Honestly, they need a touchdown right here. There's still a lot of ball to be played, but they need a touchdown right here just to get any momentum. And Tucson will start at their own 5-yard line, it looks like. 1st and 10. With about 2 minutes and a half left in this ball game, they're going to hand it off to Mackey. Oh my gosh. Never mind. Johnson kept it. And that's going to be a safety, I believe. Who was that? That's going to be John Pius on a potential safety. And Jerome Johnson is hurt as well. When it rains, it pours. And now it's going to be a 34 to 19-point lead. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. And Jerome Johnson is still down on the ground. This time it does not look good. It does not look good this time. He's still on the ground. As nothing is going in the way of the Sugar Skulls right now. And it is confirmed that was John Pius. Sorry, I pronounced his name wrong. Pius. Not like Prius, it's Pius. And he just got there in an instant. He was not faked out. I was faked out. I thought that was a hand out to Mackey, and nope, he kept it in the safety. And both teams down on the knee right now for Jerome Johnson. He's being helped up right now, so that's a good sign. But I don't think he's gonna come back in this ball game anytime soon. At least I didn't even write down the backup quarterback on the roster for the Sugar Skulls. I'm not even sure who's coming in. Hopefully Johnson can come back in soon, but this is not good. This is not good at all. And if the safety rules are the same in the IFL as they are the NFL and college football, the Rattlers are going to get this ball back and have another chance to score. It's going to be 2 minutes and 15 seconds left in this ball game. There's nothing going right for the Sugar Skulls. I feel like I've been saying it this whole third quarter. And like I mentioned, the Rattlers are going to get this ball back. This is crazy. This is absolutely crazy. Oh my gosh. I can't believe what I'm seeing. Just like Tucson was so strong in the first half, just going back and forth with the Rattlers, and now it has literally been all Rattlers. I can't name one good thing that's happened for Tucson. And here's the kickoff to the Rattlers. That's gonna be out the crossbar, and it's still gonna be a return. They went for the deuce, just came up short. Hit the uprights. It looked. I'm sick to my stomach right now. This is awful. This is awful. A little bit less than 2 minutes left in this third quarter. Miley's going to drop back, or no, he's going to hand it off on his first place to Kamani Clark, and that's going to be a great run on the right side. He's going to get it around to the 15-yard line. And notice in this game, they're definitely splitting the carries with Kamani Clark and Ron Brown Jr. Clark has definitely been more explosive, but they've been going to Ron Brown Jr. on like the goal line plays, get the tough yardage. And it's going to be 1st and 10 at around the 16-yard line, it looks like. Myler's going to hand it off to Kamani Clark again, but this is going to be a big loss. As once again, number 10, Rafiq Abdul Wahid, he is trying to carry this team back into this. I want to say it's his second tackle for a loss, or even his third time just being back there in general, in terms of either the quarterback or the running back. And honestly, anything to go in the favor of the Tucson right now is huge. We have about a minute left in this third quarter. It's going to be 2nd and 16 though. And Myler's going to drop back to throw. Oh, that's going to be a hit. That ball's going to come out. I thought that might be a fumble. I don't know if that was a clear throwing motion, but the broadcast team is saying there may have been fan interference on that play, as it went all the way to the hands essentially. That's going to be a roughing the passer penalty on Tucson. And Taike's legs. I didn't quite see the shot that Myler took, but it just... Oh my goodness, I have no words right now. And that completely diminishes the great play that Rafiq had. And an unsportsmanlike conduct on the defense on Aaron Jackson? What is Tucson doing? What is Tucson doing? You cannot do this. This is essentially just giving up. Another unsportsmanlike. Stop. 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 And this is going to be on Rafiq Abdul Wahid. Oh my gosh. What is going on? I just... Literally. This is like an avalanche. Just a straight up avalanche as Tucson is just going down and down. And Rayshawn Kaiser just has to be disappointed with the composure this team is showing. I mean, I understand you're down 1934, but this is not the time to be, you know, giving dumb penalties like that to your other team. This is crazy. And just like that, the Arizona Rattlers are going to have the ball like they're on the other side at the 7-yard line. 1st and 10. This could be the dagger. They're going to hand it off to Kamani Clark to the left. He's going to get close to the 1 as we are just nearing the end of the 3rd quarter. This is ridiculous. I cannot believe what I'm watching right now. Looks like the Rattlers might take this to the 4th quarter. Oh my goodness. That's exactly what's going to happen. Here we go to the 4th quarter. If the Rattlers was still with a 34-19 lead. Not a crazy lead, but with what we're seeing on the field, Tucson is just straight up giving up. Somebody on this team has to have a conversation like, guys, we cannot be giving off these dumb penalties. We are not absolutely out of it yet, and yet we're acting like we are. I understand this is a rivalry, it's going to be a chippy game, but that is no excuse to just give the game away. Jeez, man. I'm honestly glad that 3rd quarter is over. I'm really glad that 3rd quarter is over. That was awful to watch. Ay, 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 okay. So, that just happened. In other news, no. Let's check the Diamondbacks game. Maybe that'll kind of put a smile on my face. Oh my goodness, the Diamondbacks are winning 7-2 in the 7th inning. That is beautiful. That is beautiful. What has been going on in that game? Let me see. Tim Tawa for RBI double. Oh my, McCann with a bomb. Bro. Diamondbacks, let's go. If they win this game, they straight up win the series against LA, I think. They do. That's crazy, bro. Against Yamamoto too. That's very impressive. McCann with his first home run of the season, who just came back recently from injury. Ay, ay, ay. And that's going to be handing off to Kamani Clark. He's going to stretch out for the end zone. That's going to be a touchdown, I believe. That looked very similar to the Ron Brown Jr. They're gonna say he's down. Actually, I thought that was good, but gonna be second down and goal. Ay ay ay. And if you're the Rattlers, all you gotta do is just kill the clock right now. Just keep scoring, and this game is pretty much over. An absolute atrocious performance from Tucson in the second half. Here's the third and goal, I guess. And that ball came out. They're gonna blow it dead, but a great. I guess that was third and goal. Sorry about that. That's gonna bring up fourth and goal. And even if you hold them to a field goal here, or they opt for it, it's just, especially if Jerome Johnson doesn't come back in this game, it's like, where's the hope? Especially if Tucson's just gonna keep kicking themselves in the foot. It's like shooting themselves in the foot, I should say. I don't know why I said kicking. I mean, I guess you can kick your own feet, I guess. Anyway, looks like Matthew Cook is gonna come out for the 32-yard field goal attempt. He's been solid all game. Looking to make this a 37-19 lead. And there's gonna be a penalty. Delay of game on the defense? That's possible? I think they're still gonna kick out Matthew Cook, but once again, here's the field goal attempt. It's a high snap. And that looks like it just missed. It just shanked to the left. Just to the left of the uprights, actually. And it's gonna still be a 34-19 lead for the Rattlers. I guess there is still some hope for Tucson, and as the broadcast team just said, 13 minutes in the IFL is a lifetime, but I don't know, man. From what I've seen so far in that third quarter, I don't know. Alright, here we go. That's gonna be 1st and 10. They're gonna hand out the TD. Ooh. That was a solid hit on him. Gets about 5 yards. For some reason I thought it was a kickoff, but I forgot. They missed it. And I guess this is number 14, DeJuan Mathis, I think is what I heard. It's coming in for Tucson now. Let's see what Mathis can do. He's going to have to give everything he has right now just to make this close. It's going to be 2nd and 16. But he does a fake handoff and he rolls out to the left. Doesn't get much yardage though. It's going to be 3rd down. The broadcast team did just say though that Jerome Johnson is good. He just banged up his knee, so it's possible maybe he comes back in this game, but going to bring up a 3rd down. 3rd and 2 according to the broadcast. 11 minutes and a half remaining in this game. Come on, Mathis. Here we go. And that's going to be a penalty. That's going to be a false start. That's going to be a false start on a Sean Jackson, number 71. This is... I don't know what to say at this point. And the broadcast team is right. It's not about Johnson being out. They've been doing this pretty much the whole game. It's not about what quarterback's in right now. All right, here we go. 3rd and 7. Let's see if we can get a playoff. Mathis draws back. He throws over the middle, and that's going to be an incomplete pass. A nice strike to JoJo Earl, but great defense. That was DeCius on the play, I believe. And a guy that I haven't seen much from, Javion Lofton, who is leading the Sugar Skulls of 9 touchdowns. I haven't seen him all game. Is he hurt or what's going on? In this type of game, you need your playmakers to step up, and I haven't seen them all game. And it is going to be 4th down and 7. And if you don't get this here, I hate to say it, but I think this ball game is over. Mathis draws back. He throws over the middle. And a big hit by Merriweather. That was Terrell Brown he was trying to get it to and just could not hold it in on that big hit. Oh. A big penalty, though, roughing the passer. I think that's on Josh Ellison. That's going to give him a 1st down. As any sort of life right now is huge for the Sugar Skulls. Here's the hit. Honestly, that wasn't a great call. I don't know if that was roughing the passer. But no matter what, it gives the Sugar Skulls a little bit of hope as they're going to get a 1st down now. 1st and 10. They're going to hand it off to Mackey. That's going to be a short run. And the clock is ticking. I know it's still a lot of time, but I don't know. I don't like it. I want them to score now. It's going to be 2nd and 6. I believe there's about 10.5 minutes left. I can't see the scoreboard, though. Mathis drops back to throw. He launches it deep. And he throws it right to Yasin McKee Sr. No one was back there. He just... I don't know if that was a lack of communication, but there wasn't a single wide receiver back there. He literally threw it to number 12. And McKee is flinging webs into the crowd. This is... I think that's the dagger, honestly. I hate to say it, but... I mean, TDAO Duro J was kind of back there, but nowhere near it. And just like that, the Rattlers get the ball back. Unless the defense steps up, this game is over. Jeez, man. This is awful. Awful, man. I mean, I'm not even, like, upset that the Sugar Skulls are losing. It's like, I mean, I am, but, like, I wanted this to be a competitive game, and it was in the first half. And the second half has been the complete opposite. The Sugar Skulls just decided to just come out with their pants down. Like... I hate to say it, but it's like... Ay, man. I honestly, I keep going to the Diamondbacks game just to give me just to put a smile on my face. Kind of sad, but D-backs are up 9-2 in the top of the eighth. Hey, back-to-back games scoring at least 9 runs. That is great. We love to see it. Gosh, I am just like they weren't playing like the best ball ever in the first half, but they were a solid team. And to come out, especially in the third quarter, and play like that, and then continue it on in the fourth quarter. I know Johnson's hurt, but regardless, they've been playing awful. We're gonna get back into the action though. Got to see the scoreboard to see how much time is left in this ball game, but no matter what, it's not good. It is just straight up not good. And with the two, and especially I didn't even bring that up with the Tucson Sugar Skulls, you know, hoping for a playoff spot, like especially with all those penalties, like I don't understand how you do that. How you don't stay composed. First and 10, Mailer's gonna drop back. There's gonna be pressure, and he's gonna barely get out of there for a couple of yards. There's right now about 8 minutes and 40 seconds left in this ball game. Honestly, even if the Rattlers don't score any more points, I don't see it. Unless Johnson comes back in this game and absolutely just carries his team, not looking good. Not looking good. 2nd and 7 though. Mailer's gonna drop back. He's gonna pass it to the right. That's gonna be a catch near the wall. To another catch for Trey Odoms Dukes, who's been very solid this game. I think he's leading the receivers in catches. I believe they got the first down too. It did. 7 minutes and 50 seconds left in this ball game. 1st and 10. Mailer's going to keep this himself. Actually, he's going to pitch it to the right to Ron Brown Jr. That's going to be a decent gain for about 5. Going to be a 2nd and 4 after the nice gain. It's going to be 2nd and 5 actually. They just fixed it. Mailer's going to drop back, and that's going to be a sack actually. Once again, Rafiq Abdul-Wahid gets back there. And it's nice to see one player not giving up in this game, but Benari Black got in there too. It's going to be 3rd and 11. 6 minutes and a half now. Clock is ticking. Third and 11. Here we go. Myler back there by himself. He's going to drop back to throw. He's going to throw over the middle. Wide open to Ron Brown Jr. No one near him, and that's going to be another first down. And he's going to keep playing Guitar Hero in front of... Who's that? Malik Sunnier. Sunnier kind of gave him a push towards the end. Honestly, kind of just hoping this game ends, and I'm not gonna lie. It's gonna be 1st and 10 at about the 17-yard line. Myler's gonna drop back again. He's gonna throw to the right to the end zone. And that's going to be a great catch for a touchdown. Who is that? Arlen Bruce with his second touchdown of the game. And that is going to be the dagger right there. It is over. And it looks like the Rattlers are going to send Tucson home. I believe that was his 17th touchdown on the season. Ay, man. Nothing good. Matthew Cook is going to come on for the extra point. And that's going to be good. 41-19 with 4 minutes and 21 seconds left in this game. This is awful, man. This hurts. Ay. Of course, before they go to commercial break, ref's about to announce another penalty, and I didn't quite catch it, but I guarantee you it's on Tucson. I mean, I guess at this point, what do you have to lose? But that's exactly what they were doing in the third quarter. Like, it's like literally everybody gave up. That's literally what happened. Everybody gave up. Obviously, Jerome Johnson gets a pass because he got hurt, but ay. Ay, man. And no matter what, I committed to the full game, so we're gonna watch it to the end, but this game is over. About 4 minutes left in this game. Looks like Mathis is still on the field. Johnson's not back in, so he's gonna go deep though on the first play. And that's gonna be an incomplete pass. Great effort by JoJo Earl, but that was a tough catch. Like I said, I think Javion Lofton's hurt. He has to be. I literally have not seen him all game, so. And that was Karvansky, Decius all over that. Maybe 2nd and 10. At this point, Tucson is trying to get anything they can at this point. Here's a 2nd and 10 play. Mathis is going to drop back, and that's another penalty. This is awful. That's going to be a false start on the wide receiver, Terrell Brown. This is very disappointing performance from Tucson. All right, 2nd and 15. About 3 minutes left in this ball game. Mathis drops back. He just has a short. Ooh, that was a nice catch by Terrell Brown. Very dangerous, but got some yardage back. I thought that was going to JoJo Earl, but hey, it worked out, I guess. I think it's still going to be a 3rd down, though. Yeah, 3rd and 5. With about 2 minutes and a half left. Here's a 3rd and 5 play. They're going to hand it off to, is that JoJo Earl? I think they got the 1st down on that, but they did. I wish I could get excited on this drive, but it's just, even if there was more time in this game, they literally are just playing with no life out there. They're not using their heads. They've lost all composure. They're looking to pick a fight every play, it looks like. The clock is ticking. Less than 2 minutes now. They hand it off to Mackey up the middle. That's going to be a great run. He breaks it off to the left, though. And that's going to be a touchdown for the Tucson Sugar Skulls. A little life. Okay. Brandon Mack, he was swerving all over the field, and he gets there on the left side. That was a great touchdown run. And just like that, even though there's a minute and 25 left, hey, this is the IFL, right? What a great run by Brandon Mackey. As Tucson is not giving up, but... And I told you, those 2 timeouts lost on those back-to-back challenges, it's like, why? Why? I understand you're trying to negate that pick 6, but it's like, now look. You could have easily stopped the clock, and now it's still ticking. Now we're down to 1 minute, I believe. And obviously Tucson's going to go for 2 here. Here's a 2-point conversion play. Mathis is going to keep it, and he just has no room. It's just tackled for no gain. And it's going to remain a 25-41 ball game, dude. And more penalties. Unsportsmanlike conduct penalties on both teams. At this point, it doesn't really matter, honestly. these teams are gonna get chippy no matter what. It doesn't matter unless it like leads into like an ejection that affects the next game. But I don't even know if that's part of the IFL. There's 1 minute left. Tucson gonna try an onside kick, obviously. It's kind of sad though that Brandon Mackey run was like the best play I've seen all game. Of course, it happens with like 1 minute left in the game. I was so excited during that first half performance. Literally 16-17 going into the half, I think. And what happened? Like the whole point of going into halftime is to, get a chance to talk to your team and improve them and improve their weaknesses and figure out what's not working and fixing things. And literally, like, they played worse. Like this did not look. Oh my gosh, I cannot talk. This did not look like a team that wants to make the playoffs. This looks like a team who has like 3 or 4 wins this season, and they don't really care how these last few games end. And of course, this is probably gonna be the longest minute of my life, unless Tucson somehow gets the ball back. All right, let's see how this onside kick goes, but this is essentially the game right here. I don't even know if I want to cover the next Sugar Skulls game, man. Like, they're gonna be playing like this. I mean, I will, but like, this was just very discouraging, honestly. Someone got ejected, and the Arizona Rattlers are gonna recover that. I didn't quite catch who got ejected from the Sugar Skulls, but was it Rafiq? It was Rafiq? He wasn't even on the field. How did he get ejected? Bro, like that's what I'm talking about. Like this team just does not care. All right, 58 seconds left in the game. They're just gonna kneel it. With that being said, Arizona Rattlers just gonna kneel this. And that is gonna be the end of the ball game, it looks like. 20 seconds left. Teams shaking hands, clapping hands, even though they hate each other. This is... Oh my gosh. This is crazy. Actually So with that being said, the Arizona Rattlers take this game 41-25 after an atrocious performance from the Tucson Sugar Skulls. They kept it close in the first half, but for some reason they just decided to come out in the second half and just completely, I don't even know what to say. I mean, the penalties, the decision to do back-to-back challenges to lose 2 potential timeouts, even though we were down by so much towards the end, we could have used those timeouts. This just did not look like the team that I've been kind of watching earlier on in this season, you know? Ay, ay, ay. I am going to do my best to cover the next game because the Wranglers, I don't think they're as good of a team, so I think we have a chance to win next week. But if we play like this, it doesn't matter who we play. So with that being said, the Tucson Sugar Skulls are going to move on to 6-8. Arizona Rattlers are going to move on to 10-5. I'm not sure what this is going to do for the Sugar Skulls' playoff hopes, but even if they're still in contention, they need, and that's another thing. I totally forgot about that. The Sugar Skulls just came off a bye week. Thank you for mentioning that, Kevin guy. How do you come off, rest and just like play like that? Oh yeah, okay. Well, with that being said, this is going to be another live stream. I appreciate each and every one of you guys for tuning in. This is my first one. I hope to keep it more consistent, especially when the Diamondbacks come out of the All-Star break starting on Friday. I believe they started a series against the Cardinals, I want to say. And yeah, last time I checked, they were pounding the Dodgers. So looks like they're playing some better ball before the break starts. So with that being said, I appreciate each and every one of you guys for tuning in. I'm sorry that the second half was just, I definitely didn't have the same energy considering what I was watching, But credit to the Arizona Rattlers. They played a great game all game, unlike the Tucson Sugar Skulls, and we'll see what happens next week against the Wranglers. That's all I have to say. Appreciate each and every one of you guys for tuning in and watching. Take care. I'll see you in the next one.